ladies and gentlemen. And
it's hard to be.
we're live.
Yeah!
Welcome to the WAN
made it.
Show. Oh man, I have been streaming a lot today, but that's okay because I'm having fun. I might even stream some more later. Oh boy, this is great timing. Yes, my son. What can I do for you? You want to sit here? No, absolutely no way. Not only are you gigantic and heavy now, but it is freaking hot in my house. So I still have all my insulation pulled out because I am wiring up a whole bunch of security stuff. I'm putting in new wireless. I'm going to be putting in air conditioning, but that's the problem, right? See, the air conditioning, it's not in yet. So I have no insulation, which means that on a hot day, the sun on my roof is just radiating heat into my house. And the air conditioning that is supposed to deal with problems like having too much heat in your house is not in there. So did I actually tell you the story yet about what happened with the air conditioning?
No.
Okay, well, we can talk more about it later. But basically, I ordered the wrong thing twice.
Oh
yeah. Classic big oof moment there. Yep, big oof, F on my face. Let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to be talking about today. So this is a rumor/leak. There's enough rumors circulating that it kind of seems like this might be credible at this point, but basically it looks like there might be new XT models of the 3rd gen Ryzen CPUs coming out, which would be pretty exciting for people who like faster processors for the same amount of money. What else we got here? PewDiePie has informed me that I need to begin lifting to complete my transformation to Chad Linus. Duly noted, Felix. Duly noted.
Yeah. No, that makes sense with the beard.
What else we got?
Okay. I don't know. Texas Instruments is banning some program on TI-84 calculators because of tests or something.
Okay, no, this is actually kind of a big pain in the butt. I bet that was added to the doc by Alex because he's probably super mad. Basically, it means you can't run assembly code on them anymore.
Yeah, we'll get more. I strongly disagree with why they did this, but we'll get more into that later.
Yeah.
And SpaceX launch was delayed. We're a little. No, it's going to be a great show. I'm not even going to go where I was going because usually when we're light on news, we go into other stuff anyways, and the show ends up being better. So it's going to be a fantastic show.
It's going to be a fantastic show.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll that intro. Oh, wait, I gotta go grab something. Okay. Sorry about that, I'm back. Wow, I barely recognize myself on the WAN Show without my big old headphones now. Okay, I gotta tell you an embarrassing story, Luke.
Okay.
Are you ready? Okay,
yes.
So I just mentioned that my insulation is all cleared out of my attic because I'm doing a bunch of wiring up there, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that I'm doing is Ethernet wiring for wireless access points, security cameras, all that kind of stuff. I don't have a ton of experience making my own Ethernet cables because in most cases, it really does just make more sense to just buy them. As long as you know what length you're going to need, having an extra, 6 feet and coiling it up or whatever is not only cheaper, but it can also be more reliable because then you're not counting on your own, homemade crimped connections. You're counting on a factory that presumably does this for a living to do everything properly. Anyway, over the last little bit, I've been doing enough of it that I've kind of gotten the hang of it though. Until last night. I set a goal for myself to do 1 security camera install per night so that there's just kind of like a limit to how much crawling around in my attic that I have to do on a daily basis, but also so that the project will get done at some point. And last night I got home after a really frustrating day at work, really infuriating. I was just all I wanted was I wanted a CPU to output enough heat that I could evaluate thermal compound, like a bunch of different thermal compounds. So I just want it to consistently output like a decent amount of heat. And you don't want it to be just a little bit because then it becomes hard to tell if it's just, if there's like a 2 degree difference, it's hard to tell if that's just a 2 degree difference in, test runs, or if that's a 2-degree difference in thermal interface performance. So if you can be at 80 degrees instead of 40 degrees, that 2-degree difference at 40 degrees might be 4 degrees at 80 degrees, and you're a lot more confident that one solution is truly better than the other. That's all I wanted. I want a CPU to get hot. And I couldn't do it. Couldn't make a CPU hot. No matter how I tried. There were some idiosyncrasies of the AMD FX 8150 that I didn't remember. In my defense, that was like 10 years ago. And I couldn't get it to heat up without throttling. And anyway, I had a really frustrating day. Got home and I was like, okay, I'm just going to put up, I need to feel like I accomplished something today. So I put up a security camera and I was running the Ethernet cable for it. 1. Okay. 2. 3. Hold on, gotta start holding these differently. Okay. 4. 5.
Oh no.
6.
What?
7. 8.
What? Why?
I don't even know if this is all of them. I had to recrimp the connectors on this run. It's like the stupidest thing ever, because it's like a, I don't know, 15-foot run. It's the camera right here, and my server room is on the other side of this wall. It's such a short run. I had to redo it 8 times, and I'm like standing up on my desk, and it's like hard because I don't have a ton of slack, and I have less and less slack every time. And it was one of those things where I was just so angry and so exhausted. And what I did was I had already done it like 4 times or so. And Yvonne steps in. She's like, do you want me to try one? And I'm like, you've never even like done this before. I don't honestly think that's going to help. She comes in and she's like, well, I can follow instructions. I'm like, that's true. You are very good at following instructions. Like, she is so meticulous, whereas like I'll kind of like gloss over stuff and be like, yeah, I mostly know what's going on here. And then I'll get 8 more steps in and oh crap, I have to undo everything now because I missed something. She never does that. She's like the queen of following instructions. So she follows the instructions. She has trouble with some of it because her fingers just aren't that strong. So like straightening the wires and like bending these things over, because I have to do it by hand. You need to
lift, and Yvonne needs to do like finger strengthening exercises.
Well, it is kind of hard. Like, it is kind of hard to get them perfectly straight, especially when you consider that she didn't have a lot of extra to work with, so she couldn't just like take off 1.5 inches and use that to have better leverage, right? Yeah. Like, no, there's a reason for it. Anyway, so she does it. She goes through, and finally she did it all properly, and I was like there supervising, watching. And it still didn't work. And I was like, okay, well, I'm back to putting on more connectors. So I went back to the other side. I did it again. So now I had Yvonne's side on this side and my side there, and it still wasn't working. And so she's like Googling, she's like, should you crimp it fast? Should you crimp it slow? Should you, do you use the load bar? Those load bar things that you're supposed to pre-put the wires in? She's like, do you do it the other way? And we did find an illustration where someone was putting it in the other way. And I was like, that's stupid. That makes no sense. You should obviously put it in this way, because this way helps you sort them, and this way is just dumb. And we found, she found more resources that confirmed that, yes, in fact, that is the right way to do it. She's like doing all this research. And finally, she's just so methodical. This is why we're so good together, because when it comes to like sort of just raw dragon energy, like I am like a more wild, like creative thinker. But when it comes to, focusing that dragon energy, I need her, I really do. She comes along, she picks up all the ends that I've done. She's like, are you sure you're doing them right? I'm like, yes, I'm sure I'm doing it right. There's a diagram right on my crimping tool. There's no way that I could be doing them wrong. Out of these 8, 5 of them are backwards. So there it is. That one, it's kind of hard to see, but it's brown on this side instead of orange on this side. So what was happening was I was consistently, because of the angle the cable was coming in at, and because my brain was addled, I was consistently wiring up one side correctly and the other side incorrectly.
Oh,
I was so
painful.
Mad. And meanwhile, I'm trying to figure out, okay, am I not getting the loading bars in deep enough? Are they not actually getting the cables, right up where the crimping thing comes down? Am I yeah, am I crimping like too fast or too slow? Or like I'm trying to do a rain dance, right? When the answer is you just gotta, get some sleep
Do it
and wait for the
properly.
weather to change.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty great.
Yeah, so I
So did
immediately,
she solve it then, though?
well, she solved it. She solved me being an idiot, right? Like she was like, "Hey, you're an idiot," and I was like, "Cool,
But like she figured out like, look, these previous ones were wrong.
yeah."
I know you said you had 5 that were wrong, but I didn't know. I
Yeah,
might have
yeah.
missed
Oh,
that.
yeah. No, immediately after. So the really frustrating thing was like, I didn't think to check the order of the wires because it was like kind of working. So I was getting power. I could see in my Ubiquiti like controller dashboard that I was getting power to the device, but I wasn't getting any data. And I was like, come on. Why am I getting power and no data? How could it be? I even asked this out loud before she gave me the answer. I said, how could it be that I am so consistently getting the power wires connected and not the data ones?
So you like kind of knew.
Yeah,
but
well,
not
like,
really.
I just couldn't. Lou. All right, why don't we jump into our first tech topic of the day?
Yes.
WCCF tech sources confirm
What? There's CPU news?
3 new Ryzen Matisse refresh CPUs dubbed XT models. So Ash River posted this on the forum, and they claim that sources have confirmed AMD is prepping 3 new Ryzen 3000 desktop chips as part of a Matisse refresh. And I gotta say, on paper, this looks credible simply because it just like kind of makes sense. All these SKUs make sense. The 3950X, I can see why they wouldn't refresh that. That's a relatively low volume part, and it's already like 16 cores. It's kind of like binned balls to the wall, right? Whereas the 3900X, yeah, maybe there was a little bit of room to play in there. 3800X, maybe a little bit of room to play. 3600X, same thing. So these are 6, 8, and 12 core models that look like they should be getting small bumps to both their, no, not both, anything. Small bumps to their clock speeds.
Well, base and boost.
And what's cool about this is that if the pricing comes in at just a little bit higher than the existing 3600X, 3800X, or 3900X, or if it comes in the same, actually, that's what I'm predicting. I'm predicting they're going to come in exactly the same. My love, I can't help you with your Lego thing right now. I'm sorry. You'll have to go ask mommy. It makes a ton of sense because if these come in at the same pricing, all of a sudden these X SKUs that AMD has kind of struggled to demonstrate the value of because they allow overclocking on the vanilla ones as well as the X ones, all of a sudden their performance will be significantly enough different at stock speeds that if the X's just went away, the vanillas could stay, the XTs could stay, and there'd be this substantial performance difference between them that hasn't really existed up until now. And it would also mean that on all the benchmark charts, when people go and review these CPUs, compared to Intel's 10th gen, AMD would look much more favorable for the next few months while they're preparing the 4th generation Ryzen processors. Okay, sweetheart, you can't be hanging around in the back of the camera. Off you go. All right, so they're rumored to say, so in terms of the speed increases, we're not talking about anything extreme. So the 3600X is 3.8 gigahertz base, 4.4 boost. We're looking at 4 gigahertz base, 4.7 boost.
That's pretty decent.
It's nothing to sneeze at either. That's 5% at base. And a little bit, about 7.5, whatever that works out to, boost.
That's quite the chunk. Like your boost clock is going to, on the 3600 XT, is going to higher than the 3900X.
Yes,
it's an
exactly.
Interesting way to look at it. That's pretty sick.
And so we're looking at kind of similar boosts. So around anywhere from 200 to 300 megahertz boost across the board here on the base clocks, and anywhere from, 200 to 300 megahertz on boost clocks as well. And what's really cool about the position that AMD's in right now, and like what a privileged position it is. They've worked hard for it, to be clear. I don't mean that kind of privilege. I mean the bask in it, guys, is that they don't have to shoot first and then hope their competitor doesn't have an answer.
Yeah.
AMD was able to sit, with their existing lineup, with the vanillas and X's, and wait for Intel to make a move. Intel made a move. They launched 10th gen with solid performance. Some surprises in terms of performance. I was expecting them to run hotter than they did, but they actually shaved the die. I don't know if you watched our review of it, Luke. They actually shaved the die down to get better thermal transfer between the die and the integrated heat spreader. Anyway, Intel managed to launch with better performance and better thermals than I was expecting, but the power consumption is huge. So what that means is that assuming that AMD has done any refinement on their 7nm process over the last 6 months or however long it's been since Ryzen 3rd Gen launched, they're in a position to, make a tweak if they need to, but they didn't need to move first. So now they know what they're up against, so they can go, okay, knowing what we're up against, if we need to increase the power envelope of these chips a little bit, we can do that. If we don't need to do that, well, then we'll go a little bit less aggressive. So they can tune this stuff, release it. They can dictate the pricing really because Intel's pricing is already out there. I think this seems pretty likely. If this rumor had come out and said that there was going to be like a top to bottom refresh, I'd have said, no, that makes absolutely no sense. I don't see it happening, but this looks very credible.
Yeah, absolutely. And exciting. I like these clapbacks. It feels kind of, I don't know. I like them right now because, like you said, the bask in your glory kind of situation where like they're finally in the lead. So I'm happy that they're doing this. I also don't like them when this happens from the team that's been in the lead for an extremely long time. So I don't know. But right now I'm happy this is happening.
So
this is very cool.
You're just an underdog kind of guy, are you, Luke? Are you an underdog guy?
With those types of moves, yes. Because when it happens from a company that has been in the lead for a super long time, they're just kind of suppressing competition at that point. When it happens from a team that's been in the lead for a relatively short amount of time, they are kind of finally reaping the rewards for their gains. You know what I mean?
Right.
It feels different.
I see what you mean. So you mean kind of like the relaxing and waiting for the other guy to make a move?
That I don't like.
Right. Okay. But I mean, in fairness to AMD, it's not like they've relaxed for a long time here.
No.
We're talking a span of months, not years.
Yeah,
right?
and that's why that's a big part of why this feels kind of fine.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've got a comment that might upset you a little bit here from Horlocks over on Twitch. Luke, I am your father. Come back to retail WoW and learn to PvP. We can make a man out of you yet.
First of all, quote incorrect. The rest I don't really care about.
That's true. So many people quote it that way.
Yeah,
it doesn't say, Luke, I am your father. Yeah.
Yeah, it's no, I am your father.
All right.
By the way, another Twitch chat thing. They want a Lego stream.
They want a Lego stream. Oh,
maybe
do
not
they know
now.
my kids are? Do they know my kids? Oh, right, because one of them was over here asking for help with Lego. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the stuff they build. Actually, you know what? Sure. Why don't we? Hey guys, can you bring over a couple of the things you built? The stream wants to see it.
Are you disappointed by their creation?
No, their creations are great. They're just they. Okay, Lego Movie 2. You know the like the weird stuff that it gets built.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, darling. I kind of thought you might bring over something a little bit more impressive than this. They have bigger stuff. So this is a thing. What is this exactly? A drone. This is a drone. Oh, okay. That's... Oh. Wait,
wow.
Why do you know what a drone looks like?
Yeah.
We just found
how futuristic of them.
Each of us has one of those.
Okay, so they've each got a drone. What kind of game are you guys playing? You need drones. No, I know you're playing Lego, but like, what do you need drones for?
To help.
To help with what?
Our buildings are too big.
The buildings are too big, so... Oh, are they building drones?
Yeah, sort of.
This is going to be my giant spider.
Okay, this is going to be a giant spider. Cool. Thank you. This is a dolphin driving a car with plants growing out of the back of it. So that's good. This is the Eco Warrior Mobile.
Yeah.
And this, what is this?
Car.
Well, I see it's a car, but what's special about it?
I don't know.
He doesn't know. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys.
Our buildings are too big to bring.
The buildings are too big to bring. All right, thank you. Sure, why not?
So you want more like streamlined thing.
I don't know. You know, for me, if like you got this like mishmash of different colors, I kind of get uneasy, you know? Oh, sorry, I knocked a piece off there. I'm sorry. There you go. There's your tail lights. You got your tail lights. So the tail lights color match at least. So that's good.
Oh yeah, at least it's not illegal.
All right. YouTube is deleting comments with a couple of phrases that insult China's Communist Party. Now, this hopefully seems like it was sort of not as big of a deal as it initially seemed to be, but let's walk through the timeline here. So this was posted by Ash River over on the forum, and curiously, the earliest source we were able to find, maybe you guys can correct us if we're wrong here.
I'm sure there's one before it. But
maybe there's one before it, but Palmer Luckey was one of the earliest people talking about this in a tweet from May 25th that has 30,000 likes just about. YouTube has deleted every comment I ever made about the Wumao, the Wumao, an internet propaganda division of the Chinese Communist Party. Who at Google decided to censor American comments on American videos hosted in America by an American platform that is already banned in China anyway? This appears to be a new global policy at YouTube, not directed at me specifically. Try saying anything negative and then he posts the Chinese characters, or even mentioning it at all. Your comment will last about 30 seconds and get deleted without warning or notice. Interesting.
Pretty crazy. So yeah, okay. I found at least one source from before it, but most sources are from after it.
So, yeah, do you want to run us through this one? What went down here?
I don't necessarily know. There's been an update from YouTube.
Yep.
That they said it is confirmed. They confirmed that it is happening, and they are working on a fix.
It seems like
why
the kind of
it's
thing
happening.
That wouldn't be hard to fix, right? Like you run a video platform. How hard do you think it would be to fix?
Well, the amount of stuff that's ran by AI on
that's fair.
YouTube is pretty extensive. So I can't claim to know like how this came to be. I think it's really interesting. I don't know enough about this at all. I don't think YouTube has directly. Sorry, one sec. I don't think YouTube has directly addressed like how it came to be at all. Maybe they did. If I missed that, I'm sorry. But this could be a really interesting story as we see it develop, because there's updates as of like fairly recently. If an outside source was able to train an AI.
Okay, so there's a couple things here. So first of all, let's talk through why this phrase might be banned in the first place. It translates to communist bandit or 50 cent party, not that 50 cent, like. And what's weird is that the Romanized pinyin and English language translations are not affected. So communist bandit was a term used by nationalist forces during the Chinese Civil War, and Wumao or 50 cent party is a derogatory slang for internet users who are paid to direct online discussion away from criticizing the Chinese Communist Party. So basically shills, and they're called so because they're paid 50 Chinese cents per post. Curiously, what was happening was even if the phrases were used positively, they were being scrubbed, suggesting that YouTube spam and offensive text filters may have had the phrases added to them, although by whom and whether accidentally or for what purpose is not currently known. YouTube is, as was pointed out in Palmer's tweets, completely blocked in China. So the censorship is just a little bit confusing. YouTube has confirmed in an update that this is an error in their enforcement systems and they're working to fix it as quickly as possible, but there, as far as we know, have been no further details given as to what the error is or how it crept in the first place.
That specifically is the part I am so interested in.
So
how did that happen?
JS Wiseton in the YouTube chat says, well, why does YouTube have that infrastructure in place anyway? Why is YouTube helping a horrible communist nation censor its citizens? Well, that's probably not what they're doing. And they have comment moderation tools in place because users like you and YouTubers like me want them. I do want a degree of moderation in my YouTube comments. And you could say, well, oh, you're anti-free speech, but that's not actually what free speech is. It's part of, my right it's part of my rights to dictate on my video what is or is not permitted. And I'm allowed to have things like banned words because that's not what free speech is. Free speech is the right to speak freely and criticize the government, not the right to say whatever you want on somebody else's YouTube video. It's not the same thing. And so they have tools for moderation. Just the question is, how exactly would this phrase have ended up there? And, you know, seeing some of the things that are being done with AI now. Luke, you see that project where NVIDIA recreated Pac-Man? Oh yeah, we talked about it on WAN Show, right? Did we?
NVIDIA recreated Pac-Man? No, I don't think we did.
Oh, okay, cool. So NVIDIA had an AI just watch, I think it was like 50,000 hours of Pac-Man being played. And then it recreated the game just by learning the rules from watching someone play, which is pretty amazing. And so
that's actually pretty nuts.
If you had a chat AI, for example, or if Google had an AI that crawled other platforms, because, you know, especially moderating, I think it's fair to say that most Google headquarters employees, English would be their first language. And so moderating other languages would be a real challenge. And that's something that you have to find a solution for. So it's not entirely outlandish to say that it's possible that one of Google's solutions might be to create an AI that monitors chats and comments on websites where people speak these languages natively and look for phrases or words that seem to cause consternation among the community. That's not entirely unrealistic. I'm not saying that's how they're doing it. I don't know how they're doing it, but that would be a way for that to realistically end up in an offensive words filter. Does that seem reasonably credible, Luke?
Yeah, it would probably mostly use their own platforms, but yeah. But it does definitely seem credible.
But they could use other platforms.
And they could.
And they could have actually ended up with that in their offensive words filter, even on their own platform. Because the thing about, the Chinese Communist Party is even within China, a lot of people think that, Chinese people are somehow, equated, like the views of the Chinese Communist Party somehow align perfectly with the people in China. There's over 1 billion people in China. Not all of them agree with what the Chinese Communist Party does. So there's a lot of dissent that gets created in China over things like the Hong Kong protests or over things like these 50 cent party shills that are trying to, steer online discourse in ways that are more favorable to the CCP. So it's not entirely unrealistic to think that in Chinese language comments on YouTube videos, and, let's be realistic, there's lots of people in China watching YouTube. Lots. They don't show up in my, demographic information in my analytics dashboard because they're all on VPNs, but they're watching. I can tell because I get emails and like forum private messages and stuff like, hey, I got one today. Someone was like, hey, I was browsing Taobao, as I'm apt to do because I'm Chinese and live in China, and I saw your face on there. Just thought you'd like to know. These guys are using this picture of you to like sell this product. It happens all the time. So we have to go and like either try and get it taken down or whatever. I remember we went through a really funny thing with GPD. Do you know those guys?
I think so.
They make like handheld gaming PCs, like x86 gaming PCs. Anyway, super nice guys from my dealings with them, but we went through a bit of a thing with them where they used a ton of imagery of me on their product page in a way that made it seem like I was somehow associated with the product and they had like a bunch of quotes, almost like they were taken out of context, almost like I was like, I helped develop it or something. I was like, hey, you guys need to not do that. That's actually not okay. And you can't. You need to just take your own product photos and stuff without my face in them. And they were fine. They were chill about it. We actually have a review coming for their new product, the GPD Win Max, very soon. The thing is freaking cool. It's really cool. It's got Thunderbolt. It's like this big. It's got a quad-core 8-thread CPU in it that turbos over 3 gigahertz in moderate loads. Like, it's unbelievable. Anyway, we run into that a lot. So I'm just saying that I'm not letting YouTube off the hook, but I'm also not necessarily going to go full tinfoil hat. They're, clearly suppressing, Chinese dissent here.
Yeah. To me, it seems like either just an overambitious auto moderator or potentially a little bit of outside steering of an overambitious auto moderator, but I kind of doubt it was manually done. Pretty
Guan Simtan says, enough politics, please. I mean, I honestly wish that when we had to discuss, the internet or net neutrality or moderation of comments on internet platforms, I wish that wasn't a political topic. I wish that the right and left and center and every possible political affiliation had the common sense to reach a common understanding about these things. It's not tech people that politicized this stuff. It's political people that politicized very obvious tech solutions to tech problems in many cases. And that leads us perfectly, actually, into our next topic. So the president
you
of
need the lift?
Sorry?
Sorry.
Oh. The president of the United States signed an executive order targeting some of the protections that exist for social media companies and really any website that relies on user-generated content. And this is something that affects me and Luke directly through the Linus Tech Tips forum and through Floatplane. So basically, it seems to be in response to a recent moderation action on the president's Twitter feed where fact-check warnings were applied to some tweets about mail-in voting. And then there was actually another one today where a tweet that seemed to suggest that riots would be met with lethal force was hidden as one that contains inappropriate content for the platform that would normally be taken down, but was left up because it was in the account of a political figure. So Twitter does have a special carve out for political figures where they will leave things that would be taken down for anyone else because they are considered to be important information, even if they are against Twitter's policies. So this comes after years of complaining that social media was targeting conservative voices. The new executive order is hoping to address this. Let's talk a little bit about what this might mean. So basically what they're going after is the protections that exist for online platforms to not be responsible for the information that is posted on their platform. So the argument being made here is that, okay, Twitter, if you're going to editorialize, then you should be a publisher rather than a platform. It is a fascinating debate and one that is honestly best left to the legal scholars. But I can tell you right now what the implications are for users of platforms like YouTube, Twitter, Floatplane, Facebook, etc., if you make these platforms responsible for everything that's posted on them, which is effectively what would happen if they were switched to being publishers. So basically what's being done is a line in the sand is being drawn. Either you guys can edit nothing and we can just leave misinformation about, miracle COVID cures. We can just leave everything there, or you can try to, in some cases, you know what, I'm not even going to weigh in on this case. In some cases, protect your users from that kind of dangerous misinformation, and you can end up responsible for everything that's posted on your platform. So what will happen is small upstarts, something like a Floatplane that doesn't have the resources to police every post that is posted. Like, imagine if I told you tomorrow, Luke, you guys have to build effectively a comment moderation AI that's going to make sure that nothing that we could be held legally liable for is posted on the platform. You'd basically tell me to go take a long walk off a short pier, I think.
Shut her down. There's stuff that isn't that hard. Word filtering is not that hard. And what we could potentially do in that scenario is just word filter to the end of the earth and just like word filter everything, basically. Yep. So that you could basically only say like good video, thumbs up, and that's like all that's allowed on the platform.
Yep.
But like to properly filter all this stuff, like you can see the amount of work that Google and Facebook put into it, it's wildly difficult.
And it's more than just misinformation. There's things like hate speech that could contain lots of words that are fine, but a message that's not okay.
Order.
Yeah,
and that's extremely difficult to detect. And they often work on that kind of stuff. I wouldn't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole, but a bunch of people in Twitch are posting good video, thumbs up.
Thanks.
But yeah, I don't want to do that. Luckily, Floatplane is a pay access platform, so the comment sections are often fantastic.
Yeah, it makes our lives a lot easier.
We automatically don't have this type of issue, which is great. Thumbs up. But yeah.
Sprite XP brings up another great point, because this is another potential outcome here is they say, well, how would this executive order help? Wouldn't Twitter just ban Trump completely then? Well, yeah. Well, that's exactly what you'd have to do. Any user who has the potential to cause problem for you, you would have to completely get rid of them. Like that would... If there were to actually be some kind of law drawn up around this, you would have to include some kind of provision where you have enough time to react to something that is reported and get rid of the user. Luke is gone. It would be great if we had Luke back sometime soon. He just disappeared while we were in the middle there. Good stream, Luke. Thumbs up. Thanks. Maybe what I'll do is just... Oh, hey, he's back, but we don't have video yet. So I'm going to... Just hold on a second, Luke. I'm going to go through a couple more little things here. It's funny that you mentioned the effort that Facebook's putting into this stuff, because Twitter came out and said that the company will, and this is a quote, continue to point out incorrect or disputed information about elections globally, and that this does not make Twitter an arbiter of truth, as they've been accused of being, going on to say that the intention is to connect the dots of conflicting statements and show that information in the dispute, or show the information that's in dispute so people can judge for themselves. I think that's a pretty fair approach to it. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg said Facebook's approach is different than Twitter's. He stated, I just believe strongly that Facebook shouldn't be the arbiter of truth of everything that people say online, which is basically, as far as I can tell, Facebook's way of saying, we would really like to take political advertising money from everyone. We are an equal opportunity sucker of money from all entities, and we just don't ultimately give a crap. So thanks for that, Facebook. Love it.
Not surprised.
Let me go through our sponsors while Luke tries to fix his video feed, or do you have any idea what's going on?
I think I'm good. It should be fixed.
Okay. Well, I don't have you.
I had a power fluctuation in my house, and my UPS saved me from everything going down, but certain devices aren't plugged into it, so enough stuff went down that it was bad.
All right. Wow. That's pretty cool what just happened there. Kids, make sure you have a UPS.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go through our sponsors real quick anyway. So let's go ahead and talk to you guys about... Oh, where's my backpack? Uh-oh. This is awkward.
I can try to get a screen cap.
I'm back. I'm going to do a different one first. The show is brought to... Oh, okay. I wish I had some jerky to eat. Dang it. Savage Jerky is made with quality ingredients without nitrates or preservatives, with the goal of creating a snack that is full of flavor and spice, but that isn't bad for you. They've got 13 different flavors of jerky. My mouth is salivating and I have nothing to eat, such as their sriracha bacon and my personal favorite, their maple buffalo bacon, which is not particularly spicy, but it is absolutely delicious. They also make barbecue sauce, hot sauce, and a spice rub. Now, my mom is a notorious spice fiend, and she was over must have been last weekend, and I showed her their Reaper hot sauce, and she basically took a little thing of it and went, wow, that's the kind of thing you add a couple drops to a pot of soup. Holy shnikes. It's real good. It's real good. It's intense.
Twitch chat is now going, good sponsor spot, thumbs up. Good jerky, thumbs up.
Thanks, guys. Use offer code LTT to save 10% over at savagejerky.com. The show is also brought to you today by Private Internet Access. PIA, it doesn't do anything that a VPN can't do. We're not going to misrepresent what it does. What it does is it encrypts your connection and allows you to mask your IP by using one of their IP addresses. Doesn't make your connection faster. Sure doesn't do that. If anything, it makes it slower. But what it is a valuable tool in your online security toolkit. Yeah, that's another thing it doesn't do. It doesn't immediately make everything you do online completely untraceable. It's just part of the equation. And what's cool about PIA is it now features WireGuard. They've got no bandwidth caps. They've got configurable encryption and an internet kill switch to keep you in control of your connection, and you can try it risk-free with their 30-day money-back guarantee. Connect up to 5 devices at once with a single account with clients for Windows, macOS, Android, iOS, and Linux, and check it out at lmg.gg/PIA WAN. Go sign up. What are you guys waiting for? You're waiting for this message from Anker. The Anker PowerWave 2 pad is a wireless charger that's Qi certified and automatically changes its output up to 15 watts to suit your device's needs. I need a knife. It's not actually open right now. One moment, please. Anker, you use very strong stickers to seal your boxes, which is good when I'm trying, when the sticker is trying to keep your box sealed, but it's bad when I'm trying to use my kid's drone to open the box. One moment, please. Yes, maybe one of these dead Ethernet connectors. Maybe it will serve a new purpose, its new life. Dang it, come on! I can't open this. I can't open this box. Anyways, Qi certified. It's compatible with most current smartphones. It's got an anti-slip ring and can charge smartphones with cases up to 5 millimeters thick. That's half a centimeter. Their multi-protect safety system controls temperatures while charging. Please open. And you can check it out at Amazon at the link in the video description. I swear to you, I'm going to show it to you at some point. I've got this. Oh, man, where is it? Is it in here? I think it's in here. This is a lot of packaging. Okay, well, I've got a negative review of the packaging. I tried to pull on the tab and it just came apart. It just came apart, you guys. The tab just came off. The tab, it does nothing. Oh, maybe this way. Okay, here we go. I got this. This is live unboxing. Live unboxing, ladies and gentlemen. Thank goodness. There it is. It's a Qi charger. All right, pretty standard stuff. It's Anker, so it's good stuff. Just bad packaging, okay? There. Back to the show.
Fantastic.
Oh. So.
Lifting? I think it's time.
PewDiePie called me out today, and he's like, basically, nice beard, Chad Linus, but you need to start lifting. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but PewDiePie over the last, I guess probably, it looks like it clearly didn't happen overnight. So it must have been while he was away. Hold on a second. Let me just create a new source here. Chrome. There we go. Look at that.
Well,
got absolutely what is beyond cut, beyond shredded, sliced, he got sliced. I guess slice has kind of like a plastic surgery connotation to it. Minor issue. Why can I not find this source
he's ripped. I think he needs to, maybe bench press a little bit more to even it out, but he's freaking ripped.
Dang! Wow. All right. Wow. That's how you're going to be about it.
I think there's a very clear transition here as he deleted Twitter and just got ripped.
So you're saying I should delete Twitter?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't even mind it. Anyway, so in his meme review video today, a meme of me came up and he completely derailed the whole thing and was like, hey, have you guys noticed Linus Chad Linus now? He's got a beard and all he needs to do is start lifting. Okay. So I will have you guys know that I might not be quite that cut, but I'm not as bad as he might think. Okay.
So instead of the tech and nerdy and gaming YouTubers boxing, you guys could just have a lifting competition.
I wouldn't win that. I've been pretty lazy over the last couple of months.
It looks right now like he would definitely beat you,
I think I'd get beat up pretty bad right now. But you know what? I had my first badminton session since quarantine on Monday. I am excited. My butt, I could barely walk for 2 days. But I'm going back to the gym tomorrow. Going back to the gym tomorrow. I'm going to be playing twice a week. The family has gotten kind of into bike rides lately, so that's going to be my leg day. Is getting out and cycling for a bit. It is tough bike riding, man. And yes, I'm riding with my 8-year-old son, but in my defense, I have a trailer, okay, with 2 girls in it my daughters, not like that. So I've got, what is it? About a, what do you girls weigh? No, forget it. It doesn't matter. I think between the two of them, they're about 80 pounds though. So I've got this steel trailer and 80 pounds worth of water effectively, plus everyone's water bottles and stuff behind me. It is unbelievable going up a hill with that behind me.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Couple things. One, might get in a little bit of trouble for the PewDiePie picture, apparently. Forgot there's like rules on Twitch and stuff.
Oh, really? Oh yeah, I guess technically
his
those
shirt's
are...
off.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't even care. What's Twitch gonna do? Ban me? Like, why would I even care? They could
just get more ripped.
Yeah, they could ban me for as much as 6 days, and I wouldn't even notice. Like,
Pewd streams on YouTube now. He doesn't stream on Twitch. He doesn't stream on whatever that other platform he used to stream on was. Maybe that's part of the reason why he's ripped.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe you just need to not stream on Twitch.
I think you're getting your correlation and your causation confused here, Luke.
Maybe. I've moved on to Expert Plus on Beat Saber.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not like destroying Expert Song, but I want things to go faster.
All right.
And I'm beating most Expert Songs right away now.
Okay.
So wow. I don't have like and I have two excuses for some of my scores on Expert Songs. One of them is that I'm still having some amount of controller sync issues. I've figured out there's a mirror on the wall back here that you guys can't see. It's over there. Yep. And we started covering the mirror with like a towel, and that has made things a little bit better. Also, I have big sliding glass doors over there, and we have started pulling the blinds there. Both of those things combined have massively helped, but faster songs, I think my computer's lag.
You know what is funny is I made a comment a little while ago while I was filming a video, and one of the people at work, I forget who it was, but they mocked me because I said that I'm extremely sensitive to controller tracking and latency problems, because when you're playing Beat Saber at that level, even a very, very small issue is a big problem. You basically can't hit anything because it's a rhythm game, right? And especially if you're trying to get good scores and you're trying to get clean cuts right down the middle of the block, you don't have a lot of time to react. And they mocked me. They were like, Beat Saber, hardcore gamer. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's a thing. I've noticed I was trying to do this one Expert Plus song. Yeah. And I was actually I put it on no fail so I could see the whole song. Yeah. And there's essentially two hard parts. And I was able to make it past the first one. Yeah. But then like halfway through the second one, I was starting to fail. And it felt weird. Everything felt sluggish. And like I was like, I don't think this is me.
Could have been that leg. Could have been that leg.
Like I'm not sure. I went back to Caramel Dancing and it was all perfectly fine. Yeah. Then I go back to that song and it feels sluggish again. And then I had my girlfriend sit down and like watch my monitor while I was playing with the latency checker thing. And when I get into that song, the latency goes up to over 17.
You know what you should check is, I noticed by default that Beat Saber cranks the anti-aliasing and super sampling. Just get rid of it. Okay. Yeah, because they have a tremendous performance impact sometimes, and it's not always consistent. Even from like one time booting the game to the next, I've found. So I just turned both of them completely off.
I'll try that. It's just the like 17 plus MS is not fun.
Oh no,
especially when it like ranges up and down while you're playing too. So like it'll be fine during the like easy part of the song, and then the hard part of the song hits, and it's like 17 plus. Bleh. So annoying.
Might be time for a CPU upgrade, man.
Maybe it feels like CPU, but yeah, maybe. Well, I'm gonna mess with the settings. We'll see what I can do.
Sure. Had a chat here that I wanted to respond. Oh yeah, right. Another thing is David from work was telling me that he figures if he trained up a little bit, he's good enough at Guitar Hero that he could like take me in Beat Saber. I'm like, yeah, sure. Maybe I'll stream later, guys. All right, let's see if we've got any other tech topics for today. Yes, this was posted by the last millennial on the forum.
Okay, we can go into that. There's part of the PewDiePie lifting thing that we didn't go over though.
Oh, what was it?
we talked earlier in the stream. I said if you do want to start lifting once this COVID thing is slightly past,
Man, I
I
was
would
hoping you'd
totally go
forget.
with you.
I find it so boring. I hate it. I like to play games. You know, I like the only way that I can push myself is if someone else pushes me. Like that's why
That's why I said I would go with you. Is you need a gym, bro.
Yeah, but I
like
need
I think PewDiePie
scores.
listens.
I need like a score. Like, yeah, there has to be like a winner and a loser. And if I go lifting with you, there's a winner and a loser, all right. But I think we all know who it is.
Yeah, you have to self competition to a certain degree.
Yeah,
I like mixing in boxing. But yeah.
Okay, here's my problem. My problem with it is that like I can't motivate myself. Like even badminton, I am sort of notorious for abandoning people when I get too good to play with them, which maybe makes me a bit of a butthole. You know, you could make that argument, but the thing is, like, what I find is that one of my old doubles partners said to me, it's like some expression, like you can't sharpen your knife on a dull, like you can't sharpen a blade against a dull thing or something like that or whatever. It was some expression. I'm sure someone's gonna tell me what the expression is, but it's like
Sure.
like a proverb or something.
Good expression, thumbs up.
Yeah, good expression, thumbs up. And I find for me that's true. If I play with or against bad players, I will play down, and if I play with or against good players, I'll play up. And so
I think that's true for pretty much everyone, though. Like that's like one of the issues with gaming and sport is if your region is bad, it's going to be much more difficult for you to be on a worldwide scale really good.
Yes,
because you need to be competing against good people in order to elevate yourself.
Joe R says the best person to compete against is yourself. Try to always beat your old record. Yeah, but like, oh, that's so boring.
I hear you. I'm in the same spot there. I find it to be definitely not as fun. I like doing stuff like pushing sleds and doing things that feel more sport-like.
That sounds horrible.
That helps me. That's
pushing sleds. What are you, like a husky?
What?
Well, I guess they pull sleds, but it's the same principle. Same principle.
Yeah, a little different.
I don't know. I have such a hard time, and I don't like the testosterone-y environment of the gym.
Okay.
I set foot in my high school gym outside of the units where you have to do it.
High school
hold on.
Totally
Well, that's the
different.
last gym I set foot in, so I'll tell you that much. That should give you some idea. So I set foot in there once. I was looking for someone that I wanted to hang out with at lunch, and that should give you some idea how often the people that I hung out with, I might expect to find them in the gym. It was my last resort. I was in there one time, and I hated it. It was the worst. I was like, nope, forget it. I hate these people. I'm done. I'm out. And the funny thing about it is, as adults, those people who go in the gym has changed a lot. Like, there's so many people on staff. Like, I haven't seen Ed in pretty much 2 months because I haven't been going to work. And I looked at him today and I was like, "You've been going to the gym?" He's like, No, something. I'm like, he's like, "Yeah, I've been going to the gym." I'm like, "Shut up, you jerk." But he's like jacked now. Like, he's like kind of barrel chested right now. It's kind of crazy because you probably haven't seen him in a few months either.
No, I haven't seen
so
anybody.
like the kind of people that go to the gym is like Ed, Taryn, Brandon. Like,
yeah.
That's like, that would have been not that far off.
Clearly,
like,
David.
Yeah, people I would have hung out with like in high school. I'd have been fine, like chilling with those guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of crazy. Like, for like a tech nerd company, the percentage of people at LMG that take being in shape quite seriously.
Someone said Taryn ? LOL. No, Taryn goes to the gym. And
Taryn is jacked.
Taryn is like way more stacked than you realize.
Oh yeah, I would not fight Taryn. Like, I would be scared, not because I think his form would be very good.
Yeah.
But he is enough stronger than me that I would be in a bad place. Like when I
A
met
lot of people are surprised.
when I met Taryn, because you got to remember he's like 6 inches taller than me, right? When I met Taryn, I probably had 20 pounds on him. Now, he's probably got like 45, 55 pounds on me. Like
he's put on I don't know how long it's been, 6 or 7 years. I'm assuming he's put on a 6 or 7 years like weight gaining, strength building campaign.
Yeah,
and he's been kind of killing it.
So like, you know how the perception of like vegetarianism and veganism has changed over the last 10 years or so? Taryn has basically followed that perception. When I met him, he was the stereotypical like healthy vegetarian. And now he's the stereotypical healthy vegetarian, you know? Like
I didn't even know he was a vegetarian, but
I don't think he is anymore. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, but he was when I
Either
met him.
way,
Yeah.
Taryn is stacked.
Yes. Yeah, don't doubt. Oh yeah, Dennis too. Like Dennis is way thicker than you guys might realize.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not committing anything when it comes to going to the gym. I hate it, and it smells bad, and the people make me uncomfortable, and I find the equipment scary, and I don't know how to use it, and I don't want to do it.
We could go to my parents' gym.
I still don't want to do it. I hate everything about it.
There you go.
All right. Posted by the last millennial, Texas Instruments bans ASM programs
PewDiePie, I'm sorry.
on TI-84 calculators. The most recent OS for the TI-83 Premium CE removes the ability for the calculator to run any assembly code. That means that any programs written in ASM or C will not run on any CE operating on the newest TiOS 5.5.1 or higher. The impetus for the change seems to be a popular YouTube video showing test mode restriction being bypassed. So TI's response aims to uphold their exam mode security reputation. The thing is that the calculator running, or the calculator in the video is running on an obsolete 3-year-old OS, and the community that has sprung up around programming for these calculators has, over the years, as far as I can tell, actively protected a lot of the exploits that already existed and had nothing to do with running assembly code on these programs that would allow them to be exploited. The OS is not great. It's not secure. And if someone wanted to bypass this, they could do so easily enough. So all they've done effectively here is shut down the ability for homebrew coders and people just learning to use really the device that they've already got to learn some basic assembly code. It's just a crappy move and makes absolutely no sense and makes no difference whatsoever. And really all that's serving to do is antagonize that community that has been around for so long and put them in a position where they might start trying to break the security rather than, protect these secrets.
Yeah,
so this seems like just
exactly what's gonna happen.
Bad move, stupid move, dumb move. And I get that, it's a lucrative market, right? Selling garbage for $130 or whatever it costs for a TI-80 whatever. And you don't want to lose your status as an approved exam taking calculator, but find another way, right? Jeez.
Yeah.
Put the development time into doing it properly. Lord knows you can afford it for what you charge for those calculators. It's absurd.
They must have one of the greatest percentages. I don't remember the proper term for it, but percentages on sale for like each product that they sell of any tech company out there that sells physical products.
Yeah, I talked about this in a recent video. People complain a lot about Apple's profit on their products. But compared to stuff like the $550 gigabit network module that I put in my UPS the other day, or this calculator that, how many dollars of, we're talking black and white displays, man. What year is it, right? Like, it's obscene.
They're so cheap. Oh, man.
The SpaceX launch was delayed.
Yeah, bad weather.
Bummer.
It happens. Yep.
They do have a backup window fairly soon, if I recall correctly, right?
Yeah, I don't remember when. See if I can find it. Yeah, May 30th.
You gonna be watching tomorrow?
Yep.
Would they have like 500,000 people watching or something crazy like that?
It's pretty nuts. If they have a launch that's during like standard hours, floatplane productivity dips. And I just watched the VOD later, but like it happens. I can tell.
Yep. Yeah, I get it. You know, if they with that kind of watch time, man, they drag that out for a few hours. That is a lot of YouTube Premium revenue. You know, that could be a nice little, nice little mortgage helper. You know.
Yeah. We paid for some minuscule percentage of the fuel with YouTube Premium.
I got one more topic I wanted to get through today. macOS 10.15.5 has a feature that reduces your battery life to save your battery's life.
Nice.
They've done this
quite a few times.
I love it. No, this is great. No, this is a good thing. This is a good thing. So this is similar to what you might find on oh man, I'm trying to think of who else does a good job of this. I think Dell has a widget that allows you to do this on their laptops. Don't quote me on that. But basically, it's a battery health management tool that allows you to change the maximum amount that your battery will charge. So if you charge your lithium battery to its maximum, and especially if you leave it there, it will degrade much faster than if you charge it to 80, allow it to go down to 60, and then top it back up, okay? So having it operate within a narrower range and never at the extremes will make it last for many, many, many more charge cycles, even if you don't get as much time away from the wall outlet on each go. So let me just see if there's anything else in my notes here that I was supposed to talk about. But the maximum, oh, this is cool. The maximum charge, apparently it's like done dynamically. So it's changed based on your charging patterns and the battery temperature. That's pretty cool. Temperature, blah, blah. We can use the analogy of a storage closet. Yeah. I don't know who actually put this in here. Oh, Alex Clark. He says, IMO, this is awesome. There's not many times that I need the full 10 hours or whatever of battery life on my laptop. Normally, I'll just be using it away from the wall for an hour or two. So being able to save the battery in the long term is something that I would turn on immediately. The problem, though, is those times that you do want 100%, how does it know or how do you deal with that? That's kind of a tougher question. It would be nice to have that as an option. Apparently MSI does this as well, says Garrett H in the Floatplane chat. That's pretty cool.
It's happened a number of times in the past. This implementation where it tries to like learn and stuff and it seems to know charging patterns and whatnot, that's super cool.
Well, I know Huawei's doing that on their phones, like their AI, whatever. It'll tune power usage. I don't know if it actually tunes how much the battery charges though, so don't quote me on that. All right, was there anything else tech-wise that you wanted to talk about this week?
These anti-5G USB sticks.
Oh, Lordy, I was just going to gloss over that. So stupid. Fine. Okay, so let's check out this photo. I'll bring it up. You want to talk people through it while I bring up this picture that makes my brain hurt?
I honestly don't fully understand.
Nobody fully understands this.
I have read into this. Usually I haven't even read into these articles before we hit WAN Show. I have actually read into this and I still don't fully get it. Maybe I'm just not big brain enough to understand why I need a 5G bio shield. But they are called 5G bio shields. They are $350, I believe. And they are actually just a 128 megabyte flash drive, which is amazing. And they have a sticker on them. And that's it. And they are sold out. And now they're being peddled on the street. What is happening? I don't understand.
How else are you going to fight the electric fog?
There's some, yes, electric fog. There's some amazing quotes. I like that. I don't see them really in our docs. So I'm trying to look them up right now. Okay, this is my favorite section. The 5G BioShield makes it possible, thanks to a uniquely applied process of quantum nanolayer technology, to balance the imbalance of electric oscillations arising from all electric fog induced by all devices, such as laptops, cordless phones, wireless LAN, tablets, etc. The USB stick brings balance into the field. Sounds like brings balance to the force, but brings balance into the field at the atomic and cellular level, restoring balanced effects to all harmful ionized and non-ionized radiation. What an impressive sticker.
All right, so if you want me to keep the beard, you can go on lttstore.com and buy the beard version of the shirt. If you want me to shave that disgusting, thing on your face, then you can buy the clean version of the shirt. And whichever one sells more in the next 2 weeks, lttstore.com dictates my facial hairstyle for the rest of the year.
Shirt.
Buy
the beard shirt.
For the rest of the year. So there's the beard design. Beard design's right there. And the one I'm wearing, the one I'm representing, is the clean design. You're
representing the clean design.
I would actually prefer to go back to the clean face just because it's like...
even more of a reason to buy the beard shirt.
Especially if I wear a mask. It's pretty itchy. It's like, it's another thing to maintain. Okay, so far it hasn't been much work because I just have to keep the neckline clean, but it's getting too long. And so now I'm going to have to learn to shape it and stuff. And that just, it's like...
It looks really good though. By the way, on Floatplane, there is bearded Linus and non-bearded Linus emotes.
Are there really? How do you get them?
Yeah. I believe everyone has them.
Oh, seriously? Oh, Lordy. Yeah. Okay. It's all over the chat. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right.
AJ spam. AJ likes the beard.
All right. Thanks, AJ. All right. Well, I think that's it for the show. I have nothing to say about the 5G BioShield other than
I just find it hilarious.
Just please, it's time to stop, Thanks for tuning in this week, guys. See you again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Bye.
It's not? Wait, what?
What's up? I haven't ended the stream yet. What is it?
Nope, not everyone. What?
Nope, not everyone.
Oh, not everyone gets the beard emotes.
Oh, who gets it?
It's staff. Get wrecked.
He can't do that.
I think he just did.
He can't do that.
I think we should release that to Linus Tech Tips subscribers.
Yeah. Give that to everyone. Be nice, you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
That's cool though.
End stream. Wait, super chats. That was close.
Super chats.
Dang, that was really close. They're not loading. Thank you, amazing YouTube dashboard, for being so amazing. Okay, if it doesn't load, I'm not going to be able to do super chats here. I'm going to try refreshing the page. It's ridiculous. Drive me crazy. It's taking forever to load.
Jaden seems to also like the beard. He's making it very well known.
Thanks, Jaden. He's spamming. He's spamming. I'm banning him. I'm banning him. All right, let's see if my reloaded page works. Ah, yes, there we go. Zaki asks, when are we getting LTT panties? We're honestly not working on that. We've said so many times, we're not working on that. Yvonne just made one pair for herself. Calvin W says...
You can make a pair for yourself.
Calvin W says, Lawful Masses with Leonard French, a YouTube law channel, went through the executive order. It's apparently super poorly written and is, one, pretty toothless, and two, hard to figure out exactly what he's asking the government to do. I find that very surprising. Greg Schneider says, I want all LTT videos in every channel all the time and have never supported the... Oh, I watch, probably, and have never supported the team. Linus, if you get hit by a bus, I'll take your job. I promise not to be driving the bus. Thanks, Greg.
Good super chat.
Thanks, Beyond 4K. Yeah, thumbs up. Jowney, could you do some sort of quick video explaining the naming conventions of Intel, NVIDIA, and AMD's product lines? I could try. They keep changing. I wish they'd just have some consistency, Light Blue Oyster Cult says, it's been said Linus is an Intel shill. It's been said Linus is an AMD shill. But I now realize Linus is a tech Clint Eastwood in A Fistful of Dollars, taking money from both sides while playing each side against the other. I can neither confirm nor deny. Jack says, hey, Linus and Luke, my girlfriend Kristen said she needs a new PC game to play. Which would you suggest to her? She's basically only played Minecraft and is brand new to PC gaming. Thanks in part to you
Minecraft
too.
Dungeons.
Have you tried it?
I have.
Is it any good?
I wasn't super enthralled. It feels well made. I played like the day it launched and there was no issues and the game ran super smooth. It felt really good. I really liked the graphics, all that kind of stuff.
But kind of empty.
But those, yeah, just felt kind of empty.
Yeah,
Didn't
all
seem
right.
like there was way too much there. There's no classes, which is like kind of cool because you kind of construct your character through your itemization.
Right.
And I mean, yeah, your itemization. But it just the progression didn't really fit. And they have enchants and stuff. I don't know. It has stuff going for it. I could totally see people liking it, especially if you want that type of like a Path of Exile or Diablo style experience, but more casual. I also really like that there's well implemented local multiplayer,
Right.
because that's not something that's super common
wow.
these days.
Yeah.
So if you want a fun, relaxing, entertaining, good looking couch game, great. I'm not like falling over myself to play it all the time, but definitely an interesting addition.
I'm
to
going
the
with Overcooked.
game lineup.
I think it's a great
Yeah, for sure.
it's a great couples game because you either will bond as a couple or you'll realize you didn't need to be a couple at all.
Yeah.
That's Overcooked in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Or an
Overcooked is
eggshell.
fantastic.
Eggshell.
But then once you beat it, like, I don't know. I'm cool with
yeah.
there being other couch games.
No,
you know?
but I mean, Jack can always send me a new super chat when they're done with Overcooked. get you that new recommendation, bro. Got you covered. Robert Mail says MC Pro Hosting got hijacked. Okay. You know who didn't get hijacked? The LTT Minecraft server. Oh Lord. mc.ltt.gg. Yes. Okay, that's fair enough. X Hellcats asks, when will floatplane chat be available in the app? Yeah, Luke. Because then I would be able to put my phone in front of me when I'm streaming and I could see the floatplane chat. That would be super handy.
I mean, you could probably just do that with one of your extra monitors.
At home? No, I don't have any extra monitors at home.
Get an extra monitor at home.
I have limited space at home, Luke.
This is like the meme. Like Linus is driving home with his mom, and he's like, "Mom, can we get an extra monitor?" And mom is like, "We have an extra monitor at home," and then it's extra monitor at home is just his phone.
Well, yeah, but like,
It's so sad.
that's all I have space for. I've got an ultra wide here. I don't have room to get another monitor for it.
You could mount one.
Oh my gosh, I'm not doing that. I've got my lights above it and camera above it, and like there's a wall. Like, okay, here's my hand. That's the wall. Okay, and then Yvonne's desk right there. That's it. That's as far as I went. Like that's it. This is all I got. Unless I move, I kind of want to move and just like make like a battle station room. Just like, why'd you need a bigger house? Because I needed an entire room for my battle station. That would be such a flex.
Oh my goodness.
Be super happy.
Yeah, there's a lot of features we want. Right now we're really pushing to get the new different types of content posting stuff out. That's like, we're very, very focused on that right now. To live chat in the app, dark mode.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like user-centric features that we want to release and we will be releasing. But we're really trying to push this different types of content thing out first because it's something that I think we've needed for a long time, and is going to be a pretty major upgrade to the site. And then there's a lot of like front end improvements that we want to do. There's a lot of things that you guys know of, like dark mode, like live stream in the app, or live stream chat in the app, etc. That the to-do list on Floatplane is long and rather extensive.
And hard.
And very hard.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll get to it.
Last super chat for Zed, just because I love this. 10 pounds, just because after years of enjoyment, I should contribute, and I quit smoking. So have some of my ex-tar funds. You know what, Zed?
Awesome.
Good on you. I mean, there are few things that I would consider to be a worse use of money than sending a super chat to a YouTuber. But smoking is one of them.
Definitely one of them.
You won the game today. Big kudos.
Found a way.
Big kudos to Zed for just getting rid of that habit. Great job. All right. that's it for the show. Just that little bit of positivity. A little bit of positivity is a good thing right about now, I think. All right, thanks guys. See you again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. You always
Bye.
say, there it is. I thought you weren't gonna say it.
Sorry, I was reading something on Slack.